Hello again. I'm Ashley Montero from the Hotel Advisory Expert channel. Welcome back. Today we are going to talk about hotel investment in Pattaya.
Hello again and welcome to the Expert Hotel Advisory. We are here with Ashley Montero. And how are you doing? How things are going? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Today we were going to talk about Pattaya. And before we get to dive into Pattaya market, tell me, 2023 just started. What is the hotel trends in Thailand and what do you expect to see in this coming year, 2023?
Thank you, Aaron. Well, I think that Thailand has had an excellent year in 2022. Thailand closed the year at 11 million tourists, which is, I think, way more than
Expected, yes.
expected. They were expecting 10 million and they're now already 1 million past that. They expect to do 20 million tourists this year in 2023, and January has been an excellent month so far. I see that hotel ADRs are up.
Okay.
The recovery is well on its way. The biggest problem probably facing hoteliers today is getting staff.
Okay.
Yes, clients are not the issue.
Oh, it's good problems for hotel, right?
Yes, it's problems that are welcome.
Yes. Would you see these trends going on to 2024, 2025?
I think that 2024, 2025 are years when they expect a full recovery and maybe surpassing the 40 million tourists that Thailand did prior to COVID. Yes.
I believe that the market is not ready for that in terms of I know that many hotels, many businesses, many the industry closed down during COVID, and some of them it will never recover. Do you believe that during these coming years they will be able to fill up the gap, that they will be able to facilitate those expected 30, 40 million people?
I think I have no doubt that Thailand will actually be able to do the 30, 40 million tourists that they were doing pre-COVID. I was hoping that a few constructive changes would be there in terms of ecotourism, in terms of higher pricing for the end suppliers. I'm talking of people like local tour guides. I'm talking of people who are a small part but an integral part of the hotel industry. I'm not talking of big dollars and big investments. I'm sure that they will definitely reap the rewards. In terms of whether these places will open up again, sure, something will open up in those spaces. Whether it is the same business or a new business, this is a question.
I have another question for you. It's a big change for Thailand as all the cannabis markets start to open up, legalizing it. Do you think that it's affecting the hotel trends and tourism that will come to Thailand?
Well, this question of cannabis is a hot potato at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that we should leave that aside. That may be one of the added attractions to a certain market who may be interested in visiting Thailand for that purpose. The law is still not very clear on whether it's medicinal use or recreational use. They keep saying medicinal use, but there is no actual mechanism in place to ensure that this is used only for medicinal purposes.
Well, what I see and what I believe, the Thai government are in a situation that they cannot go back. I don't think that they will go back to the idea that it's banned and it's illegal and start putting people to jail. So I do believe that in terms of trends, the cannabis business will be here to stay in one way or another, but it will stay here. And hopefully that it will give their effect in a good way.
Yes.
Okay. So We talked before in few other videos about the trends and the market and Phuket and Samui and Bangkok, of course. Today we're talking about Pattaya. What is so special about Pattaya?
Pattaya is a very special place. It's special because it has defied everything that conventional tourism is. It is a place which became notorious for its nightlife back in the 70s. This went on well into the 90s. Around the turn of the century, it began to reform itself into a more family-oriented destination. COVID has kind of expedited this. Pattaya has come almost full circle with its family focus. There is still a large part of Pattaya which is dedicated to nightlife. So I think what we can see going forward, Iran, is that you will have the traditional nightlife that Pattaya is famous for.
Yeah.
You will also have a very family-oriented market which goes into tourist attractions and hotels and malls which are focused on this market. You're also going to have an added element in terms of the EEC, which is going to make Pattaya a destination that's kind of similar to any big city. The closest parallel I can think of is Bangkok, because the expatriates who are working in the Eastern Economic Corridor of the Thai government are going to be looking for good places to stay in, nice restaurants to eat in. They're going to be looking for malls that specialize in giving them the products that they're used to getting in Bangkok. So you're going to see a lot more of these kind of malls and products and accommodations coming.
You think there is a correlation between Pattaya and Bangkok because of the distance? It's an easy driving distance. You think that they are affecting each other?
Of course. I think that the fact is, from Suvarnabhumi International Airport, it takes you about an hour to get to Pattaya. It takes you 45 minutes to get to Bangkok with the traffic, right? So even though the distance is just 30 kilometers from Suvarnabhumi to Bangkok city and 100 kilometers from Suvarnabhumi into Pattaya, in terms of time taken, the difference is hardly 15 minutes. So yes, I think what you're saying is correct.
I see that. So in terms of, we're looking in hotels, we're looking at investments. Can you share with me Pattaya, how it's been divided, area, streets, how this hotel industry divided in Pattaya?
Okay, so it's quite simple. Pattaya has 3 roads really. You have Beach Road, you have Second Road, and you have Third Road.
Yeah.
Okay, this is headed by North Pattaya and South Pattaya.
Yeah.
And you have Central Pattaya in the middle.
Yeah.
And then you have Sukhumvit Road, which is the last of the roads, which comes from Bangkok and which goes on towards Rayong. So the geography of Pattaya is very simple. The 5-star hotels are on the beach.
Yeah.
And if not on the beach, they're at the corners, like the Dusit Thani in North Pattaya and the Royal Cliff in South Pattaya. Now the 5-star hotels, the 6-star hotels, the 7-star hotels are doing one of 2 things.
Yeah.
They are either looking at staying on the beach in Pattaya itself or near the beach.
Yeah.
For example, you have the Courtyard Marriott, which is opened in North Pattaya, but it's about 1 soi away from the beach.
Yeah.
You have the Space Hotel, the 490 room Center Point Space Hotel, which is about 200 meters from the beach, but it's definitely a 5-star hotel with its own theme park.
Yeah.
A lot of the 5 stars are going towards Na Jom Tien and Bang Saray.
Okay.
Yes, land is cheaper there, but more important than that, if you are to be a family destination, you need to be away from the nightlife.
Yeah.
And Na Jom Tien and Bang Saray are away from the nightlife.
Okay.
The 4-star and the 3-star hotels are anywhere between the Second Road and Sukhumvit Road, And I think that in terms of cap rate, you're probably looking at the lowest cap rate on the beach, the highest cap rate, at Sukhumvit Road.
Okay. Well, when we look at those five-star hotels, definitely we understand that the beach will be the most attractive. But if I'm an investor and I may won't be able to go jump to Pattaya and go to the swim with the big shark or five-star hotels, what is the most attractive for the common investors? And I'm not talking about those high luxury five-star hotels. What type of hotels investors should look into? Or maybe I'm asking you, what kind of hotels maybe investors should look away of, which are not good investment?
It's a good question, Iran. I think that the best investments are really in mid-scale hotels. Mid-scale hotels have the benefit of giving you a large inventory and costs which can be managed very well. So the highest profitability is going to come from mid-scale hotels. I've said this before in one of my earlier videos. You start making money only once you cross 100 rooms. Now, Pattaya has always had very large hotels, monsters, so to speak. Yes. Having said that, I think that the right size of hotels would be somewhere between 100 rooms and 300 rooms. Once you cross 300 rooms, you're really going to have to work very hard for your marketing efforts to fill massive amounts of inventory. But the 100 to 300 room range is something that is very comfortable to do.
Well, talking about that, one of the key points that investors is looking at, and I'm talking about this kind of hotels, are there 3-4 star hotels?
Yeah, that's what I meant by mid-scale.
What will be the average daily rate for those kind of hotels in Pattaya? And maybe you can highlight about high season and low season, because we know Pattaya have a high season, low season.
So I think that Pattaya in the past used to have a high season and a low season.
Yeah.
Now the high season is the weekends and the low season is the week.
Okay.
Okay, because 30% of Pattaya's total market comes from the Thais.
Bangkok. Wow.
Yes, and that's the weekend. You also have a market which is the convention market, where corporates in Bangkok want to go have their meetings in Pattaya.
So you're telling me that, if I'm thinking about investing in hotels in Pattaya, it will be right to say that it's a safe investment because, there is a domestic tourism that will fill up some of the occupancy in the hotels, and the rest of it will come from overseas. Because we know that, for example, places like Phuket and Samui, and we talked about it before, that it's more than 80-90% of the occupancy come from overseas.
Yes. So I think that Pattaya has an advantage in terms of, yes, there is a very strong domestic demand that you can straight away count on. During the COVID, it became abundantly clear that Pattaya needs a lot more than this 30% to survive.
Yeah.
Because while the hotels could survive, the entire, shall I say, cloud of activities around Pattaya, be it the entertainment, be it the restaurants, require the foreign tourists to be there as well. Yeah. Hopefully, we will never see another COVID during our lifetimes.
Yeah.
So, having said that, I think that the Pattaya market is one in which you can expect high growth. As to what are the ADRs that mid-scale hotels command, this could be anywhere from, let's say, 1,000 baht right up to 2,500 baht. Okay, the 5-star hotels would probably start at around 2,500 baht and go up to 7,000. I believe the Space Hotel is currently commanding 23,000 baht per night as an ADR. On weekends, it goes even higher. Yes.
Amazing. Talking about the Space Hotel, I saw that it's become a trend in Pattaya that you're making those hotels with a a kind of concept. What is your opinion about that?
Well, my opinion on this is mixed. I think it's always very good to have a
Attraction.
uniqueness to a product,
Yeah.
something that makes you stand out from the crowd. In the case of the Space Hotel, they have 490 rooms, and if you want to go into outer space, you don't need to have the amount of money that Elon Musk is asking you to pay to go into outer space. You just
Go to the
drive
hotel.
2 hours to Pattaya from Bangkok, and the rooms are designed to take you into outer space.
Wow.
Yes, they have a space forest. They have a water park which is 12,000 square meters. So the Space Hotel has truly created a concept, and for this,
Unique experience.
they are charging you 23,000 baht a night currently as ADR. Now,
Wow.
yes, other 5-star hotels, even deluxe brands, can maybe command 7,000 baht at max.
Well, I was reading somewhere before pre-COVID that Pattaya was one of the top cities with returning customers in Asia. Do you feel that it's still a place of returning customers? One of the challenges, what I know in hotels in major cities, in major attraction areas around the world, is that people come to visit once and then they just want to go visit another place. Do you see Pattaya as a place that people are returning to the same place?
Yes, I believe that Pattaya is definitely a place where people come back multiple times. There are several reasons for that. One is the price point.
Yeah.
I believe that for certain markets, for example, India, there is a beautiful beach resort called Goa.
Yeah.
The flight ticket from Mumbai to Goa or from New Delhi to Goa is so expensive that
Wow.
yes, a lot of Indian corporates actually fly to Bangkok,
Really?
drive to Pattaya, do their conferencing in Pattaya, and fly back, and it's cheaper than taking their teams from
Unbelievable.
yes, from the metros in India to Goa and conferencing over there. So I believe that it's not only the flight tickets, even the hotel accommodations in Pattaya are extremely well priced, like I just described.
Yeah.
And the quality that you get for this and the Thai standard of service
Yeah.
is second to none. So this makes it a return destination. Secondly, the nightlife is something that keeps a lot of men coming back,
Yeah.
and or women, as the case may be.
Yeah.
I think that the very vibe of Pattaya is chilled and relaxed.
Yeah.
And when
Definitely.
people have time, they think, well, why not go back to Pattaya and just for a fraction of what they would pay for any other beach resort, including domestic resorts like
Yeah.
Phuket. Yes, go to Pattaya. So yes, it is very much a repeat destination.
Which is important for investors because that will guarantee if you give good service and the client is happy, you have a good chance that those clients will come back again and stay at your hotel. So
Absolutely.
it's very important to have hotels that you build this reputation because you know that customers will come back. Rather to compare to other destination, maybe that you may know that most of your customers will come here only once, despite of your amazing hotel.
True.
Great. Well, I want to touch a bit something else more than from the government side about Pattaya. Pattaya is a city belong to Chonburi province, and the government announced many years ago about the EEC, the Eastern Corridor,
Economic corridor, yeah.
corridor, where they give tax incentives, and they drive massive of constructions of infrastructures for that area, which is Rayong, Chonburi, and Chachoengsao.
Yes.
It's all that area of Thailand. How this will affect the hotel industry in Pattaya?
Well, it's going to affect the hotel industry for sure in a positive way. It's also going to create residential markets for expatriates and Thais who will be working in the Eastern Economic Corridor. You're right, Iran. In 2016, the government made this one of their cornerstones, and billions of dollars have gone into developing the infrastructure. So today you have a high-speed train that's going to connect Suvarnabhumi Airport, Don Muang airports in Bangkok with Utapao Airport, also called Pattaya Airport.
Yeah.
The train ride from Suvarnabhumi to Pattaya is going to take you 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yes.
Drive faster than me.
So a lot of new markets are going to come into Pattaya simply because the connectivity is so good.
Yeah.
You now have 8-lane highways that go all the way from Bangkok up to Rayong. At the moment, the infrastructure is such that it goes only up to Mataput in Rayong. But this infrastructure is already enhanced the traffic situation where people who don't want to go through Pattaya to get to, let's say, Bangsaray or Jomtien can now use the expressway all the way to Jomtien or Bangsaray. So it's kind of opened up the beaches of Bangsaray and Na Jomtien, and that's why the 5-star hotels also are looking to set up there, because it's going to be just an hour's and maybe 10 minutes drive right to the hotel from the international airport.
Well, we all know that anywhere in the world, when they develop those massive infrastructures, airports and trains, you see a lot of development of all kinds. Hotel is part of the developments and growth, but it also comes with the commercial side, industrial side. We see a lot of industrial estate in Rayong, a lot of Japanese companies, a lot of Chinese companies that moving here to Thailand because of what Trump did in the taxes of China. We see already a lot of companies moving their factories from China to Thailand, and with the EEC easement of the government and tax easement, this is where they open their businesses and grow. That bring a lot of employment, a lot of tourism, a lot of expats to come to work here and grow. We see a lot of schools open up. Yes. The roads is growing up, hotels and residential, everything is growing up. I think that this is one of the decisions that the government did for the EEC. Will really bring a lot of international investment, and also from the business sector, the private sectors also jumping in and see the opportunities of growing their business here. Pattaya was always a great destination, so I do believe that will stay here as a good place to invest in real estate and in hotels.
If I may add to that, I think that one of the recent developments in Pattaya is branded service apartments. So these expatriates that you were speaking of are going to require places to stay, and they're not going to be wanting to set up homes from scratch. I saw that there is a brand new Somerset which has been built on 2nd Road in Pattaya.
Okay.
This is really to cater to the expatriates from China, from Japan, from India, who are moving their families lock, stock and barrel to Pattaya.
Yeah.
As you said, the schools have opened up, so there are many international schools.
Yep.
Golf is a favorite pastime of, I don't think just the Japanese anymore. The Thais and a few other nationalities also love golf, and Pattaya has developed world-class golf courses on the periphery of Sukhumvit Road. So I think that it's just a matter of time before all those apartment buildings which have been built at Pratunnak areas and the Naklua areas are bursting at the seams, or the rents are too high, so the development boom starts again.
Well, for summary, I want to ask you, what are the key points that hotel investors need to take before coming to invest in Pattaya?
Well, hotel investors are always looking for return on investment. And I think where Pattaya stands out is that the entry level for the investments is not as high as Phuket, Bangkok or Koh Samui. While the business is actually maybe even more than all these three cities, apart from Bangkok. I mean, Bangkok's got also much more inventory, but it's the entry point. So for as little as 300 million baht, you could be investing in a nice, more than 100-room mid-scale hotel, which is difficult in any other destination in Thailand. Forget about just Bangkok, but anywhere else. So I think what makes it really attractive is the entry point for investment. The upside is huge because of all these developments that we spoke about. And I think that the infrastructure is probably more than what is being done in any other area of Thailand at the moment. One more infrastructure point I'd like to mention is that Pattaya is now working on its own elevated train project, which will service the city itself. So it will be connected to this train that's connecting the three airports, and then you will have a local train that can take you around within Pattaya.
Which definitely will increase the interest in Pattaya market.
Exactly.
Okay. Ashley, as always, thank you for your massive amount of information and knowledge. It's always good to be here and ask those questions. I'm always interested to know what is the market going on in hotel industry in Thailand. And for all of you, if you like this video, of course, like and subscribe to get some more, so you'll be alert for every time that Ashley bring more knowledge and more videos. You'll be the first one to know what is going on. Good to see you, and see you next time.
Thank you. Thanks, Aaron.